Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Formula 4. We are jumping straight into the action here. I am not alone, I am with Diggle, but we must go straight now onto one-shot qualifying. We are here in Britain for round 10. We are going to be doing one-shot quali, an 8-lap sprint, and then a 26-lap race. But we have Pease leading the board at the minute. For Samsung, we'll just try and cut to him as Xerxes actually took a top step from him. But there we are on board with Pease.
It's a very quick start to the session this evening. Like you say, one-shot quali. All 17 guys out. Well, 17, questionable with pillars there, but they're already coming down the end of Wellington straight into Brooklands and Luffield now. And like you say, Pease has held a very strong start, purple in the first sector. Well, Sloth now up there with him as well, so this is going to be very close. They've only got one lap, these drivers, to make it count, to choose to get where they're going to be for the sprint race coming up next. But he's going to be throwing it into Cops, and now we're already coming down to the back end of the track, but Pease is invalidated. So that leaves Wouter at the front now. Wouter, Glock, Sloth, who is going to take advantage of the fact that one of our main championship protagonists has made a mistake, but we're coming down the hangar straight. And next, coming up to ourselves already, we're going to be down at such a quick lap in this season's cars. But again, this is going to be massive for the Glock if he can keep this where he needs it to be.
Yeah, previous pole time here, 1:26.2. Where will Glock come for John Player Special?
Yeah, he's rounded the final corners now, so he's going to be coming through and club and down onto Hamilton straight, and it's a 1:27.2.
Fantastic time. A few invalidations there, so we've only got 11 drivers putting a valid time in there, and Pease down near the bottom. Pease currently leading the table by only 3 points, but he has got work to do now starting this sprint race further down the order. But as
of course, and Glock, to be fair, that's massive for him, and really important for the championship fight at the moment. DJ, a 10th off. Of course, this isn't for the actual race. This is going to be for the sprint, where these guys are going to get 9 laps to see what they can do to set the grid up for the race after. Yeah,
again, apologies for jumping straight into the action there, but I was a bit delayed on my start, forgetting that we was going to have a one-shot quali and we'll be action straight from the off. So yes, as we see there, Gogs, Wouter, Pease, Bad Pass. I'm going to go there, but Walker, all pillars, and Droftas all down at the bottom without a valid time. So, yes, they will have work cut out for them in this sprint.
The one to look at as well in regards to this is, I know it's not not a full qualifying session, but again, Castrol, 4 drivers, okay, valid laps, but top 11.
Yes. Yes, well spotted there, Diggle. All Castrols, the only team with all players through on a valid time.
It'll be nice to see how they play the team strategy coming into this sprint. Like we say, it's 9 laps. Looking at the tyre delta on the game earlier, the softs are viable, but you're going to be stretching them. Those clouds look a little bit great to me, Bloom.
It does. Obviously, we have no weather report here in the spectators' office, but yes, as Diggle correctly points out, there's a slightly overcast there, but we won't. We was talking before the session about our strategy of talking through some of the stats. We finally have some stats to immerse yourself into. I was talking about going through the qualifying sessions to drip feed the stats through, forgetting that we are a one-shot quali here. So we'll try and cram some in the session as it goes on. But yes, 9 laps. Will we see anyone on the softs? Let's have a look. See what information we can pull up here.
All mediums, yeah. So the softs, like I said, they were doable, but they were going to die off very quickly come the end. The medium's definitely a safer bet. If you're surrounded by other guys using the same tyre compound, don't risk it. Stick with them. This isn't where the big points are earned. That's going to be later on tonight. They just need to get it to the finish, try and gain as many positions as possible. Another shout out as well, actually, just throwing in there, Marlborough with 3 drivers in the top 10. Ramsell, P10, I believe that is his best start of the season so far for the chiropractor.
Yes, that would have warranted a Q3 appearance should it have been a full session, but I don't think we can the one-shot
No,
qualies.
unfortunately, I don't think that would. He nearly surprised us last week out, but like you pointed out earlier, the big ones to watch for the 9 laps we were just about to witness. You've got the likes of Wouter, Pease, Pillars, Droftas as well. These guys are going to be racing through the field to try and give the best chance to get the big points after this in the main race.
Yeah, so I was wondering then if I could see some rain coming down, but yeah. Fantastic
Just
start
thinking the same thing.
for Glock.
Oh, this is massive for him. He's very quick. We've seen he's got the pace. I'm personally going to be intrigued to see what DJ does here. This is going to be really important that he can put as many cars between him, the likes of Wouter and Pease, try and get those points back. It's so close at the top end of the championship at the moment. Yeah. DJ just needs anything that he can at the moment to try and get back out there.
Yes, but is this
3 points, I believe, between him and Pease.
That is correct, but is this going to be Glock's race? Glock's had 8 race starts, 5 appearances in Q3, so to get pole position on that one-shot quali, critical for his career stats.
Of course, and all the drivers now lining up. Oh, it looks like we've got the immersive setting. Their keys might have had a little bit of a mishap, but all there ready. So I'll pass this over to you, Bloom, for the first start of 2 for this evening.
Yes, 9-lap sprint race, and we are getting ready to go. Oh, and we've got a in with the table, but no, we have. I can't see the lights. 5 lights, and it's go, go, go. Does Glock get away? Glock does get away pretty well, leaving Death Dragon behind the slot. Immense start, getting up into second place. Death Dragon now down into 4th. Is he in trouble? All seems to be well and good throughout this first sector, but we do have cars at the back. Gogs, Pease is round.
That's massive, and on the start there as well, the 2 Pumas got a bit gobbled up there off the start. Well, Xerxes is getting gobbled up, but Woods are already on the move up to P7. We're 3 corners into the lap. He's already gunning for it. DJ's just in front of him already as well. Woods is going for the move. He's down around the outside into Brooklands. Is he going to get around the outside of Keyser? Keyser's going to make the car. Woods is round. Woods is gone. There's a collision. Woods is out. Woods is out.
Oh my God, that is
massive. So just to recap on that, who was that with? Was Keyser the contact there? But
I don't know who that contact was with, but it was involved in the original incident. But we got Mikey G and Ranzel battling together. Walker with a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
Well, that's what a start, and big one there as well. Curtis up into 3rd place as well for JPS. That's massive. DJ unfortunately dropping a couple positions. He's going to want to get his head down, try and see if he can drop the Puma behind. Hopefully his teammates can get involved there, try and help him out. But he's going to really want to try and catch back up to Glock, Sloth and Curtis.
Yeah, Ramsel climbed up to 7th place and an epic start for the Marlborough driver. 3 Marlboroughs up into the top 7. But Mikey G looking to claim that place from Ramsel, but he's under attack from Walker.
Walker with nearly a double overtake there. Ballsy, but it nearly paid off. However, talking about a comeback, Pease round near the front, he is back up to 10th just like that.
He is, and trying to spot who has a full front wing still, because we did have a little bit of fisticuffs at the start there, obviously costing Wouter this start. But as a little interesting fact for you, Wouter has never won from pole, and he's only ever won when he's not been on pole. So is this going to be Wouter's race in the end?
Well, you touched on last season in regards to that. One of our podium sitters, actually, Mikey G, currently sat in PA. He started down in 19th last season here. Ended up getting 3rd and driver of the day under his belt for his, for his accolades. So starting at the background Silverstone, you don't have to count yourself out, because it clearly can be done.
But Droftas under attack from Bannister, or Droftas going around Bannister. I can't quite figure out. I joined that battle too late. But going around Cox on the outside, we know how dangerous that can be. But Bannister losing out again. Walker trying to reclaim that position.
I mean, just to cut in on that one there, Bloom, Curtis and Sloth side by side through Magus and Beckett's, coming down the hanger straight. Curtis actually got alongside him before they'd even straightened up. Curtis up to 2nd place. This is massive for John Player Special right now. Great position to start for the race. And
Glock 2.4 seconds clear of any driver, and like we say, the next driver down is his teammate Curtis.
Rewind this about 6 races ago, and we were seeing this race in, race out. These 2 boys, they were side by side, front and back. It's nice to see the Glock and Curtis connections kind of refired back up here.
Yes. Glock dragging Curtis around, and Curtis thankfully just taking it And yeah, really getting up there. But Pease trying to make moves on J-Marts in the sea of Castrol. He's going around the outside, but he's run out of track.
J-Marts is making that Castrol as wide as possible. Those elbows are out.
Yeah, and as we see a train of DRS there, so I'm not really sure they'll be able to make the move. But somebody looking to make the move, the reserve driver, Bad Pat, I'm going to have to learn how to say his name, but Bad is making his way around Chewy. Chewy now almost going to be under threat from Droftas as well. Droftas normally gaining most places in a race, having started at the back mostly, but having the pace to get through the field. Only 3 laps into this sprint race. We still have another 6 full laps to go. And how's that going to affect this end result? As we say, Glock's still way out in front.
Well, you say that. Curtis pulled in around 5/10 on Glock over the last lap and a bit.
He hasn't.
So I don't know if Glock's had a moment, but Curtis he's pushing still. He's going for it. Oh, careful! He nearly loses the back end. Oh, Glock even, sorry, nearly losing the back end. I'm on the wrong car here.
Oh, yes.
And a bit of a snap on the final corner.
Time plummeting for Glock, and Curtis taking the fastest lap for good measure. And Pillars into the pit, so maybe it was Pillars who had a bit of a collision early on in this session because he is into the pits.
It's always unfortunate to see, especially in a sprint race as well. There's not really much else he can do. Yeah, obviously go for the fastest lap, get a bit of practice in, try and see if he can play with the setup a bit, but unfortunately that will be him done. It's going to be 5 laps of a Sunday drive really around Silverstone.
I've got to mention it though, Xerxes, fantastic start up into 5th place for the Puma driver.
Oh yeah, he recovered brilliant. He was slow off the mark and he nearly got swamped by all the drivers behind him. Wouter as well, nearly pipping him off the line. But he's managed to settle into a rhythm as if all the chaos was kind of pursued and dispersed even, sorry. He's kind of hanging on to the back of this group here, and this is going to set him in well.
It is, but we've got 2 Castrols fighting it out, coming round Maggots and Beckett's now, and J-Mart's all over the back of Mikey G.
I mean, the guy I wouldn't want to be right now. You got the chiropractor there, Ramsel. Mikey G's got over the grass there. That's an interesting line, but
he has.
All Ramsel is going to be seeing right now in his wing mirrors is just green, I think, as they are on the back of him.
J-Mart's with no ERS deployment left. He had DRS, but so did just Mikey. Mikey G.
And behind them as well, joining the fight, is Pease. Pease going for the move straight away on J-Mart's. He's done that. And, we got... What happened there? Someone's round.
Yeah, Mikey G caught the inside of Ranzel. Ranzel spun at the last sector. I'm not really sure what happened there, but we did catch a view of it, so we could watch that later in the steward's office, I'm sure.
I mean, the one guy that's going to be licking his lips there to that is going to be Pease. He's just glided through 3 cars there in the space of 2 corners. Now he's got a nice bit of open road to get and hunt down Keezer. That'll be for P6 for the race. 4 laps to go, beg your pardon. Can he do it? Does he have the pace to hunt down the mobile driver?
Oh, J-Mart's in trouble. I'm not really sure what happened there. I think he was making way for Mikey G to go through, but the reserve driver also took the place from him.
It's kind of settled down a little bit. The one that's to be fair, the one guy clawing back in for a position here is Sloth. He is slowly reeling Curtis back in now.
Yeah, like you say, a good day for John Player Special. The 2 drivers up the top. Glock trying to rebuild that gap, but as you say, Sloth, DRS assistance will help him down here. Oh, and Callum has left the session.
I mean, it's kind of a catch-22 in regards to the front 3 here, because Curtis is going to want that DRS to try and stay with Glock. But if he gets the DRS, Sloth's in there as well. He's just going to pull the Castrol driver closer to the front.
Yeah, this is an important day, like you say. Death Dragon and Pease fighting for this championship, 3 points behind them, 3 points between them. But Pease having a terrible one-shot quali, invalidating his lap, putting him right down, and then he had his other rival, Wouter, with him, but Wouter missing out massively for being involved in an incident which cost him one of his wheels.
I mean, on top of all of that as well, let's not count out Curtis as well. He's at the top of the stand. He's near the top end of the standings.
He is.
Like, anything can happen. We've just seen. We've had the incident taking out Wouter. We saw an incident back in Monza as well, which changed the ending with 2 laps to go. Curtis is an opportunist. We always see him near the front. We've got enough rounds left. I wouldn't count him out just yet.
Well, maybe this is redemption for Glock from last week, but just as I say that, Curtis inside the DRS of
That's what I mean,
Glock
Curtis.
now.
He's got a point to prove. He's not going down without a fight.
Pease just lost the back end. I don't even know what happened there. I was watching him and he just decides to drift the car. Oh, really bad day for Pease. And this is where...
Oh, and Sloth picking up a penalty as well.
Worry now. Pease's tyres are going to be hot, but he's slipped in between Ramsel and Droftas, but he's going to have some slippery tyres now with hot temperatures.
I mean, I can see in the next couple of laps this battle for first is going to heat up here. DJ and Sloth have saved a bit more battery deployment. Curtis and Glock are running very low. They're just kind of being pulled along here. I can't tell if they're just going to go for a strike or an attack at any stage, but I'm just trying to keep an eye on what's going on elsewhere as well. Just trying to make sure we don't miss any moves for the front, really.
Well, yes, you were talking about the front, so I went to the front, but yes, we can see a 4-car DRS train beginning to form. 3 laps left in this sprint race. 5 points for the top finisher, and then 4, 3, 2 and 1 after that. So it still won't be a bad day in the office for the likes of Curtis, because Curtis and Glock both could take 5 points away from this session each, but we've got Walker making his way past J-Mars, making it relatively easy with that DRS deployment.
And the man just behind on, we got Ramsel and Droftas as well, side by side through Brooklands. Ramsel's on the inside. Droftas is going to have to go around the long way around Luffield, but who's going to get the drive? I can imagine it's going to be Droftas, but they're going to drag it out now down into Cops, but Droftas tucks in behind. Ramsel holds on to P12 for the time being. Droftas desperately trying to get through there to get up to the other teammates of his other Samsung drivers.
Yeah, fantastic drive from Ramsel there to maintain that position.
How about at the front? 3 tenths! 4 tenths between Curtis and Glock. Curtis has just found something. I don't know where this has come from, but he is reeled in Glock now. We're going to have 2 laps to go when they cross the line. Is Curtis going to do it? Is he going to upset his teammate?
Well, like I say, it won't really matter too much between the two of them because they'll both take 5 points away from this session, being the top finisher within their pot.
But still, it's bragging rights, isn't it, to start the race from first?
I'm hesitating, but I do think you get an extra 2 points for finishing first here as well, because that is effectively pole position for the race. As Ramsel picks up a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, like you can't blame Curtis if he's going to go for it. Like I said, he's sitting at the top end of the table. He's definitely within the title fight this year. Mathematically, it's definitely doable. He's been consistent, so if there's any chance he can gain any little points here and there, he's going to have to take it, surely.
Yeah, P's climbing up the order again, back up into 10th place, taking the position from J Marks.
Right, and just keeping an eye on the battery deployments of the front guys. Glock saved quite a bit up now to defend. Curtis is closing in again, and if anything, it's pulling Sloth and DJ again. They're kind of, like you say, stuck in this DRS train. Silverstone, with the new kind of where they've laid out the track with the elevation and the curbing, and the cars this season as well. Very few heavy braking zones now. A lot of it is a kind of flat out and lift.
Yeah, with massive curbs on the inside. But yeah, final lap sprint now. Glock still in trouble, but in trouble from his teammate Curtis behind. Sloth with a 3-second penalty. He's looked to be the biggest loser out of these 4. But DJ hanging on in there, just teetering on DRS detection. It looks like he is inside though, so we will get it down this straight. It
looks like Curtis might be trying something there. It depends, is the Wellington straight going to be long enough for Curtis? DRS is going to be open, the deployment is on. Who is going to go for it? He has a little look, but he's just not close enough. He's gaining and gaining, but down into Brooklands and Luffield, Glock stays in front. Only got back half of the track to go now. He's running out of time if he's going to make the move.
I don't think Curtis will make the move. He's got massive respect for his teammate Glock. As long as it doesn't cost him a position to Slough, I think Curtis will stay behind Glock all day long out of respect for the help he's
slide
had this
through
season.
Cops. No, of course, and I don't know, like Sloth's right there as well. He might have to make the move, otherwise he could be under the risk of getting caught by the Castro driver. It looks like they've had a better middle sector, so the John Player Specials look very good in that middle sector. They've just pulled away there from Sloth, but Curtis is gaining and gaining. But yeah, you're right. He's probably just going to sit behind, and we're going to see John Player Special bring this home. Cracking start from Glock.
Yeah, but I've got to jump down.
Mikey
G having a look around the outside of Curtis, but Keezer, sorry, and the Keezer is maintaining that position. But yes, as you say, we must go now to the John Player Special 1-2 for this sprint race. Both taking maximum points because they're in different pots. Sloth does drop behind DJ.
We saw a change of position as well on the last lap there. P's up to 9th over Walker, so I don't know if that was a team play. Walker did have a penalty, so maybe that was just to make it easier on P so he didn't come under attack from anyone like J Marts from behind.
Yes. Ooh, bad day for Bannister for John Player Special. He's going awfully slow near the end here, so I'm not really sure what happened there. He is missing his left end plate as well, and Pillars. He was in and out the pits a couple of times, so I think he went in to pit. Maybe didn't get the wing repaired as he would have liked, so had to pit again, which has put him right down the bottom. So, yeah, a real mix this session has brought us. So, John Player 1-2.
Yeah, Curtis made the moves that he needed to at the beginning. I mean, importantly, anyone at the front, so like Glock, he's held it there while you've got the likes of Wouter, Pease, they're out of position, they're further down the grid. This is what these boys need right now. DJ, he needs to be up there. He did a good job holding on to the top three. Didn't like he quite had the pace, but he managed to hold it with the DRS, starting third for the race coming up now. This will be the chance he's going to want to take.
I'm on board with Sloth now. You can see the graining on the tyres. I think that's took it out of the tyres, even just those 9 laps.
Yeah, like the one stop in regards to the race coming up, we are probably looking more along the lines of the mediums being stretched to 12, the hard's going to be doing about 14 laps. So they've nearly done the full stint there on the mediums. Like I said, the softs may have been viable, but they'd have been heavily grained at the end.
Yes, but Glock and Curtis unbelievably leading that session, and what a finish that was for John Player Special. DJ Death Dragon taking the position from Sloth at the end because of a penalty. Xerxes still keeping hold of that 5th place, so well done to the Puma driver there. Mikey G taking 6th, Keezer 7th, Bad Paso taking 8th, Pease 9th, and J Marks 10th. And then the rest of our order down here, and Wouter unfortunately being a DNF from that session. So yes.
Well, Wouter's incident again, a lot like Monza, his car was sideways and there was just nowhere to go. I believe in Monza he collected another car. This time he was the car that got collected. It's just being in the wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately.
Yes, and we've got some comments on the stream. Howsy, evening gents. I'm glad House is here because we've done our stats homework now. So, but look at that screen. What can you see?
It's raining.
Falling from the sky?
It's raining.
It's Britain. It's going to be raining. So, how is this going to play for our racers? We'll be quickly going into this one, but also makes me think that one-shot quali, that sprint race. Sorry. Did they have a wet setup on? Because I know a lot of people who might look at the weather for the race and they'll do qualifying and the sprint race with the setup ready for the full feature.
The big thing I just want to point out right now, we have Glock on pole and it's raining.
Any long-term
this could be
Glock
the time. This could be it for Glock.
This is the formula for Glock, and maybe only poignant that he got pole position there as well, and he's got the support of Curtis behind him as well.
Yeah, and that'll be massive because the likes of DJ, Sloth, Xerxes, even Mikey G, very hungry. They're going to be wanting to get up there as soon as possible.
So,
just to kind of doing the formation lap, just going to jump back to the Twitch chat as that caught us off there. Got a few people I say Howsy. We've got Footy Dad as well in Princess Phoebes, and then Callum Tyler as well.
Puma. Callum Tyler saying, calling a safety car, Howsy. But that's about this for some stats, right? I've got for you. There's one driver on this grid today who has raced every race this season, who has finished every lap this season, who has, raced 283 laps with us, which equates to 895.27 miles. Now, can you in the chat tell me which driver you think that is.
Oh, that's a good guess, Halsey, but it wasn't Droft.
No, it wasn't Droft. But also, another stat that we've come to figure out doing our homework, Wouter, like I say, he's won every race but one, and he's never won from pole. So he's not on pole here. Bit more of a challenge from 18th place, but yes, Wouter, he's only ever won when he's not been on pole.
Well, looking at the chat there, yeah, DJ, Callum Tyler getting it right first time, DJ.
Yeah, DJ.
Which would have made that fact very awkward if he hadn't finished a sprint race.
Yes. So yeah, the 283 laps, that equates to all the sprint races, all the feature races, but we don't count qualifying because that would be way too much homework for me to do.
292 now.
And formation laps aren't counted either, unfortunately.
Right, so we saw quite a interesting start last season. Of course, this was the last round of last season, so there's a lot on the table for a lot of drivers. Are we going to get a cleaner start from the drivers? Bloom, all yours, man.
Yes, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's go, go, go for the British Grand Prix, and it's a very wet start
from DJ. DJ's under attack already from Xerxes from behind. And Curtis Sloth off the line. Sloth taking advantage straight away as they're going through the first couple corners. Everyone keeping it nice and clean so far in the wet. They're going to want to be careful in the braking zones. Yeah, get very close.
Right down there. He was off track. Glock, a fantastic start. But as you say, yes, Curtis dropping a position. Death Dragon dropping 5.
Xerxes doing a massive job there to get ahead and stay ahead of the likes of Micah G as well. But already we see a bit of a breakaway where they were squabbling away there. So Xerxes is going to want to claw onto the back of Curtis. Sloth and Glock stay with that. As we're seeing positions change up and down the field.
Yeah. Oh, and there's contact between the two Marlboros. DJ is in the back of Keezer. DJ really not having the best day here. But more importantly, where is
around the outside. Droft around the outside. Sorry, Peace is sitting there. Droft is pushing Keezer through cops. There's nothing to separate them as they come through.
It's unbelievable how close these cars are racing, and I just feel like they're going phenomenally slow in this weather.
DJ side by side with Droft through Max and Beckus as they're going to come around to the hangar straight. DJ's hanging in there. Who's going to get the slipstream off of Keezer? It looks like it's going to be Droft. It's a Dragon. Whoa, Walker's getting involved now as well. 2 Samsungs and a Marlboro.
Oh, we've got a car.
Safety car. No, safe. No. What was that? I don't know what's going on there. Everyone slowed right down, but I can't really work out. But Wouter up to 10th, 11th. 11th, 12th, Wouter's in that battle. He's getting his way through.
He is. Used to being up at the front, but he's climbed his way up to 11th place from 18th. So fantastic first lap for Wouter, but we've got cars round. Who was that? Walker, and I think it was also Pillars. Oh, and it's just cars off everywhere. J-Mar's way off, but I'm not sure on this session because it doesn't look ready for inters. It's weird. Everybody's struggling with traction.
It's a very mixed bag out there. P's up to 5th now. DJ starting his comeback. He's up to 8th. Next up the line is going to be Keezer. DJ getting a bit loose round. Sorry, left field. They're really struggling with the traction coming out of these slow corners.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to manage right now. And to be fair, I'm looking at it. I don't think it's going to stay wet. I know the rain's still coming down, but I can feel it in my racing bones that it's just going to dry up. But I also just think that they've got a dry setup on, and that's why a lot of them are struggling. It's probably get through the first 5 laps of wet to then go to a dry session. That can, to me, is the only explanation for this lack of traction that the guys have out on track at the minute.
Of course, just kind of touching back in regards to Wouter's performance, looking in the chat there, Halsey as well, pointing out a very good fact. Wouter 9 positions in 1 lap.
9 positions in pandemonium. But we see, I think we've seen Glock with the fastest lap, Peas with the fastest lap, and Wouter wasn't able to snatch it. But is it still making ground?
Of course, he's going to have a bit more traffic he's going to have to get through as well, so it'll be a while for him to get that open air to try and go for a quick lap.
So let's get it on stream whilst we can, because we've got Xerxes still holding on to 4th place, but we have a yellow.
Oh, we've got walk around.
Walk around again.
Walker and Pillars maybe look like they had a bit of a ding-dong, but DJ got through on Keezer. In doing so, though, Droftas has made the move, and just behind as well, we got Keezer and Wooter side by side through Brooklands. Wooter's going to send it around the outside, which is going to come to the inside now for Luffield. He's going to hold it steady. Can the Puma drive again? The position he is, he's up to 9th now. So next on his target list is going to be Droftas.
Yeah, fantastic move there. And as we're talking about that, Pease making his way past Xerxes. Xerxes doing really well to hold on to that 4th place position for as long as he did. Now in 5th, still a phenomenal position for the Puma driver.
Of course, started in 5th as well. He hasn't lost anything. He's got a second to the Mikey G in that behind, so showing some really strong pace so far, early days.
Yeah, I know that he's lowered his assists massively, so to maintain traction on this kind of tricky track, fair play to him. Fantastic drive from Xerxes.
Now DJ's gonna be he's gonna be looking in his rearview mirrors very quickly, because Droftas is all over the back of him, and I can't imagine it's gonna be long till we see Wooter join that little fight as well.
No, DJ not having a good day at all, because now he started this session plenty of places in front of Pease, but I thought Droftas.
Xerxes has gone round. Xerxes has gone round on the final corner. He's gone off.
Has he?
On my screen, he had.
Oh, on my screen, it's first.
Oh, now he's gone first. What?
Really strange.
He went off on the final corner and then he teleported to first.
Not sure what's going on there, but he's giving some positions back. He's now back into 5th place, and hopefully.
I think I think he did go off. He did go off into the gravel, and then something happened, because that was very strange. So I think that was more of a to put himself back where he was.
Yes, but now we've now got all sorts of trouble. Xerxes is staying well out of the way, because Wooter, Death Dragon coming through, followed by Droftas. We've got a right old ding-dong coming up here.
Xerxes going very slow. Still going very slow. Keys is all over the back of him already.
I don't know what's happened there. He's either got some damage or something's happened and to his setup.
He's not on full. He's not even on full throttle down the straights.
Commentator's curse. Why did I say how good he was doing?
Oh, there you go. No, he is now. I don't know if he's waited a bit to work out what position he would have been in. I was thinking that as well, Halsey, in the chat there. I think where he hit the reset to track, it may have glitched out a bit. So thank you, EA.
We got sometimes the setting in the race lobby, it resets to track automatically. So that'd be really unfortunate. Yeah, that does explain a lot. That does explain.
I mean, the delta's still broken on my screen, unfortunately. It's still saying he's -3. Oh, there you go. Now he's crossed the line. It's reset properly.
He's still handing positions back.
I don't know. That's
Oh, and we have a full course caution.
Full course caution. Yeah.
So we will neutralise the race now. Glock still hanging on to 1st place. Walker with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And not what you want under a full course caution, because everybody else is going slow. But Pease up into 4th and very close to Curtis. Curtis still hanging on to a top 3 place. What's going on now? We've got car pulled up. Oh, and the reset to track is on. It must be on the automatic setting.
And that's the second speeding under VSC now for our reserve driver.
Oh, I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm not going to hang on to that, because
that's
penalty.
Something's going on here with the game. Yeah, this is definitely strange.
Right, we'll carry on for now as we are
back under green.
Yeah, Bad's in the chat saying that my game is not working very well, or words to that effect. But P's game is working quite well. He's up into 4th, having gained 5 positions, and he's looking at the gearbox of Curtis.
Big move there from Wooter, passing DJ. Wooter's up into 6th. That was down the back of Hanger Straight. Looked like Wooter got the quicker response to going back on the green, catching DJ a bit there, and he's just pushed his way straight through, really. Glided past him.
Walker with another penalty. Just bit of a horrible lobby and a horrible session for Death Dragon, because he's just dropped from 2nd place now down. Is he 2nd? dropped from top anyway.
He was, DJ starting in the third for the race, and unfortunately, he's just gone backwards from there.
I wonder if it's a setup issue. I wonder if, again, it's not the right setup for this session. Because Graftas is looking pretty strong behind him.
I mean, Pease as well now. Half a second off the back of Curtis. That is for a podium. So Pease is not backing off anytime soon.
6 laps into this 26-lap feature race. And Glock building the gap now. He's getting away from Sloth. Curtis outside of the 1 second gap. But he's got, as you say, Pease immediately behind him.
Yeah, it's only been 6 laps, and it feels like we've had an entire race already with the amount of stuff that's gone on.
Yeah, and not once have I remembered to press the replay button. But let's go down to Xerxes. Xerxes coming through Maggots and Beckett's now. He's got Gogs in front of him and Keyser, but Gogs won't have DRS, but neither will Xerxes. But Xerxes doing a fantastic drive here. Not able to get the straight line speed to get past the reserve driver.
Yeah, and talking about speed, Glock again with the fastest lap of the race of 37.9.
Yeah, 2 seconds
up
now.
To 2 clear, yeah. Oh, and well, saying that, there's Woot with an answer. 37.7 as soon as he got in clear air.
Wooter responds, I've got to jump to Pease though, because Pease very close to that jump player special.
I've been sticking with this. Curtis almost looked like he was going to have a go at Sloth at one point, coming into the final couple corners, but Sloth just managed to fend him off. I think Curtis's best forward defence back then was going to be attack, but I think now it is going to be how wide can he make the rear of that John Player special, and how long can he keep Pease, who's just on another level at the moment.
Yes, well, the only thing between Pease and Glock now is another John Player special, and Sloth doesn't seem to have the pace to close that gap, and Curtis, like you say, making now a virtual wall to try and prevent Pease from getting his way through. No DRS whilst the track is wet. So no DRS assistance down this back straight. You would just have ERS, and they all have about the same except Sloth, who has a little bit more.
I mean, already said Pease is going to want to get past these guys sooner rather than later as well, because Wooter is closing in on Mikey G, and that is the only car between those two. And we've seen those two have some great on-track battles over the last couple of races, Pease and Wooter. So it's definitely going to have a point to prove, wanting to make sure he can stay in front. And well, who's going to get to the front first?
Yeah. All this battling between Sloth, Curtis, and Pease, just playing into Glock's hands. Glock in command of this race.
Oh, Gogs has gone for the move on Keys a bit. Oh, it's literally wheel side by side touching there. I'll get the words out eventually. You know what I mean, they touch, but it's all good. Gogs stayed facing the right way. He kind of had a half a look at Keyser and kind of backed out of it last minute. A little bit of contact, but Xerxes is right on the back of these guys, but it looks like Gogs is going for it again into turn 1. The wheels don't touch this time. Again, it was front left to rear right.
Fantastic driving, and then going around the outside, really put the pressure on Keyser.
And we've picked up a penalty at the front there. Glock has a penalty.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's a 3-second penalty for Glock. So right now, anyone in the top 4 is effectively going to be our net leader.
Although P's just outside of that 4 second. A bit of quick match. 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
Oh,
sorry.
Sloth's gone wide off of Cobbs. Curtis is right on the back of Sloth now. He can have him down the hanger straight. If he can get the best drive, if he can get a better drive, then Sloth down the hanger straight. I'll get my words out again in a minute. ERS is deployed. Is he going to have the straight line speed to go for the Castrol back up into second, regain the position he had up the inside? Later on the brakes, can he hold the car in? He does. Does Sloth have any answer to come back at him? No, Curtis has done the move. So he's back up into second. Yeah. John Player special again, 1 and 2.
Yeah, very good driving there from them 2 drivers. And Curtis, as you say, resuming his second place. So we are back now to a John Player 1-2. But Gogs and Keyser having a good old ding-dong again. Gogs coming out on top.
The man's name, just peering up on the screen there, Wooter, with another quick slap of the race. Only 2 tenths. He's gained a second on Mikey G in a lap, and just like that, Wooter's later on the brakes, up the inside. Is he going to be able to get around the outside onto the following straight? Coming onto Wellington, he's going to try the cut back, get the drive. I can imagine this Puma's going to be able to out-drag the Castrol down the straight itself. Should be a simple move. Does he have the battery deployment? Which way is he going to go? Left or right? Down into Brookleys. He's going to send it up the inside. Later on the brakes, he's clean through. Are they still side by side? Mikey G's not giving up without a fight. They're now going through Luffield. Again, Mikey G just coming out on top of their space. Woos has got the drive. No way they're going to go side by side through Cops as well. This is a brilliant battle, but who is going to yield? No one's yielding, but round the outside into Cops. Woot has done it, up into 5th.
That was phenomenal racing between these two. Unbelievable, and racing respect from both shown there. Fantastic. Hats off to you boys.
Oh, brilliant. How could I forget? So looking in the chat, what was it you said last week? Was Mikey G?
Mikey G! Oh, and we do have a yellow flag round sector 3. I think that's somebody. That must be Walker. We won't go to him. Yes, Mikey G. Unbelievable racing there, but as you say, Wooter does come out on top. But that 2-second gap still present at the front. Sloth and Pease still chasing Curtis.
Well, the gap that's dropping quick, and it's already gone down by about 4 or 5 tenths already, is the gap between Wooter and Pease. Pease is clearly being hindered here by the likes of Sloth and Curtis.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think the Puma driver is going to be licking his lips now. He's going to want to get stuck into that fight. He can see them. There's nothing between Wooter and Pease now.
No, and as you say, 4.6 seconds as it is. Lap 10, we'll review that in another lap because I'm betting it will be a smaller gap. So, do we have a little bit of time? I do think we do. Let's go now to a instant replay. Let's see some of that side-by-side action.
That was brilliant by both drivers, kept it very respectable. To go through that many corners side by side was brilliant, and Wooter to have the confidence in the car just to glide it around the outside through Cops, which is not an overtaking place. That was very well done.
Yeah, as I say, massive racing respect between the two. We've seen Mikey G leaving a car whipped on the inside because he knew Wooter was there. But look at the pace now. Another 4 tenths knocked off that gap between Pease and Wooter. And Wooter has extended his gap from Mikey G a 1.5 seconds now already.
Yeah, I think this is going to be also probably a little personal battle as there between the two REL boys in that respect. Wooter hunting him down. He's going to want to catch Pease. He's going to want to say that fact that he started at the back and he caught him. And again with the fastest lap again, 37.6.
Yeah, we will have to start talking soon about driver of the day, and Wooter definitely putting on a show here, showing that when he doesn't get pole, he can win a race.
We've got people in the pits further back as well. I'm kind of confused here. We've got Ramsell in the pits. Pillars has just gone in. Walker's in the pits.
Oh, yes, that's one thing I was thinking. Ramsell changing his front wing. But yeah, it's maybe around now when we might be seeing some pit strategies coming in, because I think they can go to the end on these inters, but the strategies was recommending a 1-stop. But we'll give
if there's going to be a pit stop in, if there is going to be a pit stop involved, it's going to be be a big good play. By Glock. Remember, he's carrying that 3-second penalty, which right now, the likes of Sloth, well, Pease as well, they are just borderline on that 3-second gap.
Oh, Xerxes and Curtis swapping places. Oh, and Curtis not giving it up because he's coming back at the Puma driver. Oh, and they're going through Maggots and Beckett side by side, and they're still there. Oh no! Xerxes has been spun by Keezer.
I mean, as we were saying, I personally didn't cut to that, but Sloth and Pease, sorry, I'll get my words out in a minute. They're in the pits.
Sloth and Pease.
Yeah, that's the ones. Them.
So Curtis, still 2-second gap between him and Glock.
No wing change for that. Just 2 fresh sets of inters going on. So is the fresh rubber going to make that much of a difference over the 1 lap?
Well, I think Pease
Undercut can be quite strong.
Was maybe hoping that Sloth would have stayed out so he could try to get the undercut there on the fresh rubber. But where is this going to bring them out? Because there is some traffic on track.
Oh no, it's going to be close. Oh, you just got ahead of Bannister. Sloth has. Where's Pease come out? He's had a bit of a mare on exit. He's behind J Marts as well. Sloth's teammate. That's going to have played right into Sloth's hands. Pease is going to have to clear him quick.
Yeah, Pease coming out of the pits only just behind Sloth, but 2 cars between them now. So
That's massive for Sloth.
J Marks, so now only 1 between them.
Now, I think we're going to have to turn our attention when they come down to the pits, though, is the 2 JPS boys, and well, even Wooter as well. Mikey G, what are the other guys going to do at the front that were in that battle?
Walker really having a bad day. I keep seeing yellow flags coming up, and it's always him. And in fact, I see 2 cars quite close together on the track now.
Who's that in the pits? That's Glock. Glock's in. Curtis has stayed out front of the lap. Glock is in.
He's all race long has been held by other drivers, but now making easy work getting past Bannister. He's trying to return up to the top.
I think this is going to be an interesting call here for Wooter. He's stayed out again, more open track. We've got Pease who's stuck in traffic at the moment again. This is going to be big. Can Wooter find the time on his tyres? Has he looked after them?
Yeah, a few more people.
Go for the overcut.
Glock coming out well in front of Sloth and Pease. So,
wait. It was about 2.5 seconds was the gap before the pits. Sloth now within 2 seconds.
Good point. They looked a bit further back on track when he was coming up the exit road.
I say it may have just been the speed they were carrying through the first couple of corners, but yeah, the undercut seemed to have worked. It's only gained him about half a second, but that still gained him.
Yeah. Yeah, but as you say, Wooter staying out, Curtis staying out, a safety car could now mix the order right up.
I mean, that would really play into the hand of anyone who hasn't stopped yet. So Droftas, DJ, Mikey G, Wooter and Curtis. That would play into the hand of them massively.
Keys are one of the only ones within 6/10 of another car, J Marts.
And Curtis is in. Curtis is into the pits. Just going to stay on board now with Wooter, see how he responds to everyone else. Wooter stays out again. Mikey G is in the pits. DJ stays out. What's Droftas doing? Droftas is in. Right, so 2 guys staying out, still yet to get in, change their tyres.
Yeah, DJ still out. Wooter, I'm on board with him now, and you can see a little bit of graining on the inside of the tyre. So yeah, these tyres are suffering now. So is Curtis going to come out in front of Glock? That is the question.
Where's Glock? He's rounding the final corner. Curtis is... He's not left the pits yet. This is going to be close. Glock has passed the pit exit.
Yeah.
No, he really has. Staying out long has not helped really at all. Curtis is going to be under pressure straight away. Look at that. Sloth's all over the back of him. Sloth's tight. Those inters are going to be better. Are they going to be up to temperature? Sloth has already come accustomed with them. And there's contact. Sloth slid. Pease. They're both gone off.
Oh no.
Curtis has stayed on.
No. That is not how we want these races to go, but Sloth and Pease...
They've both got off, and somehow Pease has got in front of Sloth, somehow. But, oh no, Sloth's returning the position by the looks of it. So again, we like to see that, racing respect there. So Pease is going to have to go at it again.
Oh, their tyres are not going to be very happy right now. Bit of grass on, bit of high temperature.
I mean, the guy that's going to be very happy after that is going to be Glock, I think. That's given him a massive bit of breather. And, of course, with all of that as well, DJ and Wooter, who have stayed out, with that, has that possibly cost them even more positions?
Well, yes, maybe. But, you know...
Saying that, well, Wooter's in.
That incident between Sloth and Pease could have easily caused the safety car had it gone slightly differently, playing well into the hands of Wooter and Death Dragon. But Death Dragon is also in. So we will, I think, resume a John Player 1-2 shortly, because we do have an immensely long pit here at Silverstone.
I mean, what was it? It was about 4.5 seconds between Wooter and Pease before the stops. Obviously, He's stopping that much earlier. Glock does regain the lead. Curtis is going to go through as well.
Yeah.
Where is Woot going to be compared to Pease?
Yeah, Curtis is flying. I think Woot is staying out.
Woot is leaving the pits now. Woot is ahead of Pease. Woot has jumped Sloth and Pease because of that.
Well, only just.
Woot is third.
That was awfully tight. And if that incident hadn't have happened between Sloth and Pease, he would have been days beyond it. Certainly.
Oh yeah, that's massively playing into his favour. Pease is not going to be likely to see the fact he saw that Puma driver come out, but not to do with the battle watching on track, but to be fair, big shout out to the Castrol drivers there. 4th, 6th and 7th after the start they had. Brilliant. And, well, Sloth's gone deep at Luffield, but still. So they're going to be side-by-side. Pease is going to run side-by-side with Sloth now down into Cops. So we're now going to have a Castrol 5, 6 and 7 by the looks of it, but still, good team play so far for them.
Yeah, I wonder how the love will be between these two drivers at the end, because they've been together all the track and that incident between them as well.
I think that was just more of a wet track, 3 drivers into one, personally, but that's exactly why we have a steward's room, and that's where they can throw their appeals in if they want to after the race.
Yeah, and the dummies and the headies and whatever else they want to throw in there. But Droftas coming down now towards... Yeah, it's too far away from Mikey G to make a move.
Mikey G.
And Curtis taking the fastest lap, and we have a yellow flag. What's that? We have.
It was a Samsung, I believe they're being lapped. That may have been Walker, who was on the inside of the final 2 corners. Kept out the way though. But Curtis, fastest lap of the race. Ooh.
It's spicy. So, 10 laps to go. We do have to talk about our driver of the day, and I'm definitely going to be throwing Wouter and Curtis. And
Pease. There's so many of them that started out of position.
They're
now at the front.
I try not to pick the people who are probably going to be in the interview room anyway. But I can't dispute Wouter with the drive that he's had today. But Curtis as well.
I'd say Glock. He's led from the front. Been consistent. He's done well. Oh, but then again, saying that, 3-second penalty. That's probably why Curtis saying that has picked up the pace. The gap for the lead is only 3 seconds.
Yes. And we're seeing penalties coming in thick and fast now.
Just trying to see where the next bit of action is going to be. It looks like it is going to be Droftas and Mikey G.
Oh, Mikey G, I've got to put up there for driver today because he has had some phenomenal racing.
Oh, he's been mixing it with the best. He's had his elbows out. He's not given anyone any more space than he's needed to. Everyone's had to earn the position on track to get ahead. He's not made it easy for anyone. He's had a great time.
No, and
of course, like I said last season, he was third last season. He started at the back. He clearly likes the track. He's having a great time.
Yeah, phenomenal racing from Mikey.
36.4 from Wouter. He's not giving up just yet. 10. Well, was it 9 to go?
Yes.
Could we see a mix-up at the front still? 4 seconds between Wouter and Curtis.
10 to go.
Oh, 10 to go. Beg your pardon. Oh, Droftas on the curbs under braking. Losing the back end, and what that's done now is that's put DJ right back into the play. Someone who's been a little bit quiet, unfortunately, this race after the start, but he's up in 8th. DJ is still with us. We've got yellows out. J-Mart's. I saw the yellows. I don't know what that was for. I thought it was for J-Mart's, but maybe not. He was in the pits. Been mugged off by the game like normal. Seems to be a weekly occurrence on this one.
We haven't had a good session on the game tonight, have we? But nevertheless, we continue to race on.
Well, I'm intrigued to know if Droftas is going to be able to get past Mikey G before DJ catches up, because DJ's not really given him much of time to get away. He's sitting there pouncing. If something goes wrong for either of those drivers, DJ is going to be there to mop up those points. How's he in the chat as well? Wouter's tyres are warm now. He's going to close up. Well, he's gained 2 tenths. Curtis has shown better pace than probably expected. He's done very well. Full course yellow. Safety car. Safety car's out.
And who's that? We've got Droftas jumping straight into the pits. I don't think he has stopped before now, so he is taking this opportunity. Oh, he has stopped.
He has. I was going to let you finish what you were saying, but I think this is a good opportunity to put on a fresh set of tyres.
He does have a big gap.
Well, one person who's not wanting this. There's one person who's not going to enjoy the safety car restart. 9 laps to go. Glock with a 3-second penalty.
Oh no.
That's massive. And what that's now done is Wouter, Pease, Sloth, these guys are right there now for the taking. This seems to be a common theme with this league at the moment. I'm loving it with Formula 4 in regards to the fact that we get all this action and pure pandemonium. Then we get a safety car, shuffles it all up again, and now I can't guess what's going to happen at the end once again.
So, Driver of the Day poll is up on the Twitch stream, so please put your votes in now for who you would like to see crowned Driver of the Day for the British Sprint Race Grand Prix. Yeah, let's have a quick evaluation.
I think I'm having a drink. That's what I'm using this for.
Droftas didn't benefit as much as we thought from that because he has lost a few positions, albeit he's on fresh tyres, so wet tyres. But he's only on 3 lap fresher tyres than Keyser in front of him.
But come the end, what are we looking at? Like 6 laps of racing. These guys will pit around about lap 14-ish, 11 to 14. So those 3 laps difference could pay off. I wouldn't count Droftas off just yet. We've seen the pace that man has in the car.
Hydrate. How was he?
Cheers, Howsy.
So I tell you what, whilst we've got this up, let's have a look what we've got on our instant replay screen for you. What have we got there?
Wouter in the pits.
That's a rather boring replay. So we'll come back to the live action on screen. But yes, Glock 6 lap old inters, Curtis 5 lap old inters, Wouter 4 lap old inters. So he is currently sat in 3rd place. Wouter with 4 lap, the freshest tyres of the top 6.
I mean, right now, we're just sitting pretty for a last to first. I mean, again, touch wood, we've seen anything happen in the last lap, the last 2 races so far, last 3 races even. So my guess, like I said, is going to be good as yours, but Wouter looking incredibly strong. Pease and Sloth now with that undercut early on. Don't know how much that's going to benefit them. Curtis is going to be in a strong position as well.
Yeah, but Glock is going to be kicking himself for that penalty, but we called it right at the start. I'd like to say, Wouter, he's started on pole once and didn't win the race. Any other time he's raced at Formula 4, where he hasn't got pole, he has won the race. And I called it at the start, saying that 18th place is going to be a difficult task, but it's looking pretty strong.
Well, like I say, it definitely wasn't off the cards though. Mikey G started down last season. He got 3rd. Wouter's just come into this league, starting a reserve. He's now got a full-time seat at Puma. The pace this man has is, it's insane. So to start at the back, I definitely wouldn't have counted him off a podium. And now with this scenario as well, surely.
Well. Wouter is
Howsy. I don't know if Curtis could be a good teammate and try and do what he can to stop Wouter, but Curtis has got his own championship to think of as well. You never know.
Yeah. So Wouter's stats: he's done 5 race starts. He's finished 5 races. He's got 5 Q3s. Average points scored from each Grand Prix: 21.4.
That's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points, and that's critical because I think when we go and look at Death Dragon's got an average points scored of 19.1, and Pease is a 21.8. So Pease winning on the points average and also winning on the title fight at the minute. But Pease has got only 8 race starts for us this season, where everybody else has got 9. So that's the difference there between the 3 drivers, should I say.
Just keep an eye on the chat there. How's he? Yeah, to be honest, I was thinking the same. To be fair, Glock let him go. Be a team player. So he's got the pen. Well, I don't know. Glock's led pretty much the entire race, minus the pit stop. He's not been overtaken. So this is Glock could easily, he may have the pace. We've seen it before. Wet weather Glock. This is his prime here. I mean, the track personally still looks like it's trying to dry up to me, but Glock could do it. We've seen it done before. If you had to put money on someone in the wet, I'd personally choose Glock.
Yes, but we have seen Glock contending for a race win, and in the dying depths of the race, Monza involved in an incident and unfortunately knocked him out of contention. But Curtis, he is a few steps back from Glock, so he definitely looks like he's going to be playing that teammate game, trying to hold off Wouter as much as he possibly can.
Time will tell. Safety car in. Where is Glock going to go? Surely he's going to leave it as late as possible. Oh, is he gone for it already?
It looks like he's gone, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting call there.
That's very brave, but he is away. Nearly 6/10 to Curtis already, but Wouter.
Well, that's caught. I think that's caught Curtis off a bit there, because Wouter 2/10 off the back of Curtis already. This is going to be a move down the Wellington straight. If Wouter's quick enough and later on the brakes, he's ditched Pease by a second. So the top 3 breaking away.
I think Pease was caught sleeping there. Wouter
just had a look.
Not a very
that had a bit of flash
angle.
Of bright green and blue on the inside very quickly for Curtis.
Well, I think what that's done, that put Wouter off. So Wouter could have got a good exit from that corner there, but he didn't seem to get it very well because of that. But it's also opened up the gap to Glock. So Glock slowly pulling away, but he does need to be 3 seconds clear to maintain that race win.
Well, it's nearly 1.5, 6 laps to go. So far, Curtis is doing a brilliant team game if that is what's happening. Glock doing a very good job to keep it where he is on those tyres.
Yeah, Curtis defending like a lion, as Alonso would say.
And making moves up as well on the fresh inters. Droftas up into 10th, passing Kieser. And he's right on the back of Bannister already. Again, through Max and Becker's the grip difference as well. It's 5 lap difference now between Droftas and the guys in front on the tyres. The next two anyway, Bannister and Gog. So that surely is going to make a difference on grip.
Xerxes pushing the Marlboro down the final straight.
Droftas looked like he went for a cutback at the end of the hangar straight. He's all over the back. Glock, though, fastest lap of the race with a 36.3. So if anyone's saying that Glock doesn't have the pace on the tyres, well, clearly Curtis does as well.
Curtis picking up a 3-second penalty, so this is just playing into Wouter's hands now. Wouter, as it stands, is the net winner of this race right now.
Right now, it's Wouter and Pease.
That's unbelievable.
That is the battle for the lead.
So the John Player Special 1-2, which has been going for most of this race, looking to be falling at the final hurdle. And hopefully they won't fall too far. But Mikey G, also 6th place. Fantastic drive from Mikey G. Mikey G!
Mikey G. But no, Wouter's definitely going to have to get a move on. Okay, Curtis has got the penalty, but Curtis is still between Wouter and the win. If the gap can be there. But Glock's dropped right off after that lap.
We've got 5 laps left to go, 4 full racing laps, and anything can happen. We've seen incidents on the final lap, so all still to play for.
And well, I was just about to bring it up actually, but no, fair play. How's he beating? He's doing our draft facts in the chats this race. Bannister P9, all JPSs in the top 10 this race. Strong drive from all 3 of them. Bannister doing a stellar job. And he's doing a great job defending from Droftas, who still hasn't found a way round yet.
Yes, definitely worth a good mention and good spot there, Housie. R10, Kravitz down in the pit crew. Yeah, fantastic.
I think you're going to say
Down under.
Droftas is looking into one. No, he backs off the straight line speed of that Samsung compared to the JPS. He's got the drive out of 1, through 2. Which way is he going to go into 3? He's going to try the switch back on exit. He's going to get the drive to line up. This is setting himself up for a drive down the Wellington straight to pass Bannister. He's going to get the cut back. He's on the inside of Bannister, just not enough to get alongside him.
Now, couldn't get a credit card between them two there, and as we look further up the table, there's a gap growing, but Droftas now looking round the outside of Bannister.
That was a brilliant move through Brooklands, and that's kind of checkmate there. Droftas made the move. Next up the road is going to be Goggs. Oh, rear end stepping out there as he was in the standing water on the inside of the track.
So we have a tie on driver of the day. Mikey G and Wouter tie-in for driver of the day. I think it's going to have to go to Wouter, isn't it, for the almost inevitable last to first that show that it's looking like it's going to be.
No, of course, he's done a stellar drive. I mean, right now, it looks like he could get first on track without the penalties. He's just over a second off the lead. Pease is just not close enough to have a look at Wouter. Those tyres probably going off on Pease now. 11 lap old Inters, Wouter's in an insanely strong position.
But the gap between Glock and Curtis just plummeted. 4 tenths just disappeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't really understand this. Like, Glock set the fastest lap of the race, and he's just dropped from about 1.5 seconds down to, like, say, 6-7 tenths. Don't know if he's had a moment, but this is definitely sealing it. Wouter doesn't really have to make a move, unfortunately, but like I say, he's going to want to have to do it on track. It's just the bragging rights, isn't it, really?
It is, but it's making me wonder because I thought Wouter would have been more pushing the case as Droftas makes his way past Goggs. Is Wouter actually able to make the move?
I don't know. No DRS is definitely showing different. However, if you look at the battery deployment, I think Wouter may just be waiting.
Literally, I was just looking at that.
But to touch on the driver of the day side of it, Halsey, I think we've got a Wouter rep here.
No,
I think we found out who may have voted for Wouter then. You don't need to risk it. Why would you? Well, sometimes they do want to finish him first because they want to cross the line in front. But part of the excitement that is Formula 4. Come on, Halsey.
I don't think Wouter has the pace to do it.
I personally don't think he's going to go for the move at all. I'm going to agree with Halsey's prediction. I think he's going to hold it where he is. That's why he's not burnt his battery. He's just got to keep it between the white lines. Where he is, he's fine. He's got the battery to defend from Pease, who's dropped now back over a second.
Yeah.
It's kind of everything's looking up Wouter at the moment. Yes, ego.
Oh, and Xerxes.
Princess Phoebes was made want to finish first too.
Make a move on Keyser, but not able to complete the move. Now leaving himself vulnerable to J-Marts behind.
Yeah, this little group of cars, to be fair, from 11th back, they've been in a little train with no DRS. It is making it tricky as well. We've seen at the front with the guys finding it hard to follow and pass, but Xerxes has been kind of stuck with this Castrol behind and the view of Keyser for quite a few laps now.
Yeah, we've got a few penalties coming in as well, which are all going to come into play on this final lap. But Curtis closing right down to Glock, and we've got Mikey G making his way past Sloth. Was that right? Or did Sloth drop down?
DJ's made the move on Sloth. DJ's up into 6th. Sloth on 13 lap old Inters, DJ 10 lap old, so paid off. That was big as well. DJ needed that move. Xerxes has made the move on Keyser as well. Finally. So Xerxes up into 11th. Next up the road is going to be Bannister.
Yeah, some of these people waiting to the final lap to make these moves. Curtis 5 seconds away from Glock. Wouter 4/10 away. And what's that?
Oh, Sloth picking up a penalty there. No!
Yeah, he's been reset to track, so I think that is a game setting which we will have to investigate later. But right now, I'm on board with Curtis, currently second on track, but both Glock and Curtis with a 3-second penalty each. But most importantly, they're trying to build that gap. Glock could still be on the podium here.
I mean, the one that Curtis is going to want to keep his foot in as well as Glock, because right now I was going to say podium position is still on play. This is for third. Curtis and Glock, this is a battle for third place. Are we going to see a move from Curtis down the Hanger Straight? We've seen so many last lap overtakes for the lead. This is for the lead at the moment. Curtis, the rear got a bit out of shape there. Wouter all over the back of him.
He did, but that might have put Wouter off step, but he's got more
Wouter's burning the battery. He's going to go for the move. Is this going to be worth the risk? Round the outside. He's going to hold it. They've left the gap. Fair racing between him and Curtis. They're side by side. Who's going to cross the line in second? The race is pretty much done in regards to the results, but Curtis is not giving up. Oh, brilliant move by Wouter. But crossing the line first is going to be Glock. But to take the win after the penalties, we are going to have Wouter taking the win here at Silverstone this evening. P's P2, and Glock does get on the podium with third.
Yeah, Mikey G making it 5th across the line. Fantastic drive.
Mikey G.
Let's go, come on!
Yes, and we've got some cheers from CM Skates. Thank you very much, CM. So, yes, that... I can't even keep up with all this, but yes, that is our British Grand Prix sprint race, feature race, and what a final few laps we had there. Wouter, driver of the day on the game and driver of the day from our Twitch stream. So yes, fantastic all around there. So Glock there on the third step. Did cross the line first, and what a fantastic show the two John Player specials gave us today. But ultimately, penalties came into play, handing it over to Wouter, who I think must be a record most places gained in a single race, I'd like to think. Maybe. Maybe I'm calling that too early. But Wouter, from 18th to 1st.
I mean, the main thing here is that every race he hasn't started on pole, like you say, he's won.
He's consistent, maintaining that statistic. So Wouter, 18th to 1st. Let's go over to the actual results, shall we? There we go. So Wouter taking first place, Peed in second, Glock in third, Curtis 4th, Mikey G in 5th, DJ Death Dragon in 6th, Sloth in 7th, Gogs in 8th, Draftas in 9th, Bannister 10th, J Marts is 11th, Chewy is 12th, Ramsel is 13th, Xerxes 14th, Keezer in 15th, Pillars 16th, Bad Paso is 17th, and we had a DNF of Walker. Did we? I missed that.
And of course, Glock getting the fastest lap of the race as well, just to touch on that basis with a 36.3.
So before we try and get our drivers in for an interview, let's just go quickly back to an instant replay. I think I got the last few corners. No, I didn't. Let's try that again. I will get it right one day. Let's see if this will work now. No, forget it. Right, we will now go get our drivers in for the driver interview room. Please bear with us whilst we go off and do that. Right, we are here in the driver interview room, and in true Glock fashion, Glock hasn't joined. I don't think, as I was just saying in the chat, the years of racing with Glock, I've never heard him. Some say that he doesn't have a voice, but Glock, phenomenal race from him, starting on pole position for the first time here in Formula 4 Season 4, and leading most of that race, but unfortunately a penalty lent him crossing the line first, demoted him down into third place. But taking that second place spot is Pease. Pease, how was that race for you?
Long. I'm glad it's over. That's all I really have to say. I'm just happy it's finished.
Yeah, we did see a few incidents from yourself. First of all, we start with the one-shot quali. You and Wouter both invalidated on your one-shot quali. So a bit unfortunate because only having one shot to determine the starting formation for the sprint race.
Yeah, it was a big bottle. How did I spin again? I don't know, but yeah, I forgot how I did it. But yeah, big bottle from me made the whole race a lot longer than it needed to be.
Yeah. Then the sprint race was in. Seeing you drop down the order of the sprint race, which meant you started the feature race 9th, I believe.
Yeah, 9th, 10th, somewhere around. I think I spun like 3 times in the sprint. It was fun.
Yeah, and then we've seen an incident as well between yourself and Sloth.
Yeah, there was like a mix-up between me, Curtis, and Sloth. I don't know exactly what happened, but I have to look back at it and see if any reports come from it.
No, to be fair, that battle that you guys had in the rain, you all did very well not to end up with, a lot more damage, to be fair, and it was nice to see you moved out the way and handed the position back, but that must have been fun. I know it was a long race, but that must have been fun coming through to fight through the amount of battles you had.
Yeah, there's the fun side of that, the fighting, and yeah. But sometimes staring at the back of a wing for 26 laps in the pouring rain isn't the most fun thing to do.
Well, the fact you could do that normally, but then do that in the rain as well, the patience involved, it was brilliant drive, so congratulations on the PT.
Thank you very much.
No, fantastic effort, just to repeat what Diggle says, to come through the field. And the troubles that you did have, I think, if you had a open space, you'd have been further up the field. But yeah, good racing today. Well done.
Thank you.
And now we go to Wouter, and we, as I say, just recently discovered the statistic that Wouter has never won from pole, but when he's not on pole, he's always won, and that has been the case today. Started the feature race in 18th place, coming across the line and take first place. How was that race for you, Wouter?
Yeah, it was very interesting. With coming through the field, a lot of overtakes had to be done. Of course, the sprint race wasn't really amazing. Had a really good start in the sprint, was up to like P6 in lap 1, like turn 4. And then Kiza and me came together, and then I got some weird contact to make me spin. And then someone drove into me, my wheel came off, and just had to start at the back. But overall, yeah, it was a bit of a long race. But was good to come in first place.
No, it was a fantastic drive. Was you always planning to pit when you did? Because we've seen you go long on your tyres, and I don't think that quite paid off as well as maybe you would hoped. Was that always the plan to pit then?
I was thinking about pitting earlier, going for the undercut, but there was a big pack in the middle, and we would have come out like right next to that. So I'd rather not waste any time in that pack and just getting slowed down.
To be fair, in regards to the pit stops as well, were you aware that when that all happened with like Peas and Sloth after dead stops, there's a bit of a tangle there? Were you aware that you were going to have that space to come out in front? Because it was anyone's guess that when you were staying out longer, the undercut looked like it was going to be really strong. Were you confident that you were going to make it out in front? Was there any signs of that?
Not till Peas and Sloth and I think Keys came together. I think it was no, but I saw the gap. Get bigger. So I was like, I kind of need to pit now. So them coming together helped a lot.
And you said in regards to the start of the race as well, I think it was pointed out in the chat, 9 overtakes in the first lap. Not only is that impressive around Silverstone generally, but in the wet as well.
Yeah, no, I had a very good start and just getting the good spot. I think pillars helped me up a little bit into turn 1, and that's why I couldn't do a lot more, because I think I had a lot more speed into the first turn, but then it just got slowed down a lot. So, but yeah, overall got through pretty good.
The one last thing I wanted to ask as well, in regards to the final couple of laps, you catching Curtis, you were catching Glock as well. Were you ever tempted to go for the move? They had the penalties, but did you ever want to see if you could try and make it, or were you happy sitting where you were?
I think when I went for the move when Curtis didn't have the penalty yet, but then they had a rocket ship in straight line, so I couldn't really do anything. But then I think Curtis had a little moment, so I was like, hey, you know what, I got the ERS for it. Let me just try something.
Fair. Well, you made it stick, and it was a brilliant way to round off another race of this season. So once again, congratulations on the last to first as well this evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, some fantastic driving all through the field today, and all through the field was Wouter from last to first. Congratulations again on that. But we will be on a break week next week, so we won't be here, but we will be returning the week after on round 11, where we will be in Japan for the first of the last 3 races. So we will be seeing the league table change up a little bit, and Curtis still statistically in with a fight at the championship battle, and Wouter with this win today bringing him all closer to also being up there in the top 3 of the Drivers' Championship. So congratulations, good racing to everybody, and we will see you not next week but the week after.